This is March, and in the Empire 8, two of the newest teams will go at it for their first title at the Jim and John Vlad United Gymnasium. The Brockport Golden Eagles, led by Corinne Jones, who haven't been in March since 2009, take on the Geneseo Knights. They're led by Alyssa Pulaski, who haven't won a conference title since 2018. Well, there are three things guaranteed here tonight. We will have a first-time Empire 8 Women's Hoops champion. There will be a tournament MVP, and a bunch of kids' dreams will come true when they're able to cut the nets 2 hours from now. Alongside Devin Maxwell, I'm Marty Czekala with you. Glad you could join us on the Empire 8 Network. Devin, it's the biggest moment for each player on that floor. What are the vibes going on right now?
I'll tell you what, vibes in terms of the crowd. Student section still starting to file in, but for all the players on the floor, this is it. It's where to go home. It's the equivalent of Game 7 here at the Vlog. Both teams in position possibly for an NCAA at-large berth, but neither want to take that chance as first-year members in the Empire 8.
Posting. He's got Rice. Does he have it? Back iron off of it. Rebound. Lucas. Semi-fresh shot clock. Jordan to Beckett. Lets it go. Bang! Torrey brings it up. One-on-one with Tavares. Lets it fly. And hits the three. Polly back out in front. 22 from Torrey tonight. Final seconds here. This is Morgan Carabile who lost it. Foot nearly on center line. A steal from Claire Turner. Jackie Kazakowicz. Off the mark. Jean-Baptiste. Oh! You gotta be kidding me. It's a 4-point lead at the end of one. Can't sink the second one though. SJB reaches up, grabs the board.
Oh, what a step.
Oh my goodness me! Come on, SJB! Come on!
We talked about how quiet SJB's been in this one.
As Rice sent that to Lucas for the rebound. This crowd is loving it. They may love it. Oh, guy had one there! And another chance for the three-point play.
It might be 550, but the bank ain't closed from the top of the key. Snow.
Nice coast-to-coast play for Cam Tooley with back-to-back layups. We're cooking at the Vlog early on both sides.
That's the pressure they got to put on Benetti. Forcing the pass out, a semi-contested three. Good defensive possession.
Harmony Philo from downtown. You bet. Annalena inbound to Mandy Brink. SJB left open for three. Cash! A 6-point lead for Geneseo still with 6:31 left in the quarter. And Brockport has been scoreless in the last 1:38 at the moment. They've made one of their last 6 field goals. Thompson looking back out to Kazakowicz. 8 to shoot. Brink left open. Can she hit? Yes, she can. And it's down to 3.
Mandy Brink with yet again another timely bucket. Feels like almost every time Geneseo's had a chance to push it towards double digits, Brockport picks up a timely hit on offense.
Here comes McGrain from the paint again. In and out once more. Loose ball, and Brink gets it away, prevents Elliott from having the rebound, and a foul against the junior.
And again, we talk so much about Mandy Brink scoring, and that's what she brings to the table off the bench. But again, she's one of about 4 guards on this Brockport team that can rebound and defend at an extraordinarily high level.
That's already 3 fouls in the quarter for Geneseo.
Like to see Brockport force the issue on this possession, try to get SJB into a drive situation here.
They got a chance to tie it up here. Hunt sets up Maneri. Got it to go! Ho-ho! What a risky shot for Payne Maneri as she hits.
Looked like Maneri had nowhere to go, just flips up a little floater with that trusty left hand for 2.
And the answer back.
Mackenzie Riegel with a contested finish at the rim. Both teams trading buckets in the third.
Harmony Philo fakes the 3. Double team, Maneri. Back to Anna Lee. Harmony Philo. Off the back iron, taken by Galgano.
Yeah, just a bit long with the shot. I like the no hesitation for Philo. You saw the window she had open, just couldn't convert.
And it's back to Riegel to McGrain. Elliott left open. Now guarded. Rigo, good pass. Elliott faking the three, gets around Elliott. Hintz bricks the layup, rebound, triple team. On the reset, back out, jumper, Rigo. And an out and out. Tipped by Jean-Baptiste. It should stay with the Knights, and it does.
How about Audrey Hintz for Geneseo putting in some work down low now. Coming off the bench, doing an excellent job. Just making life difficult down low for Brockport.
Keep an eye on Saddam, especially on those offensive rebounds. But on field goal shooting, leads the umpire rate 55%, just inside the top 25 in Division III. Inbound to Galgano, sets up Elliott from the charity stripe. No travel call there. It's back to Rigo. As she's double teamed, pressure is on. Elliott, 10 to shoot for the Knights. Galgano, back to Rigo, pressure to half court. She gets the lane, and a travel call. No,
foul
it's a foul.
on the floor. I believe that's going to be a fourth on no.
That's on Hunter, second. That's a tough call there, but Jenny only, with that, actually, correction, resets the clock at 20.
Yeah, absolutely, Marty. Unless my eyes were deceiving me, thought that was going to go on either Jean-Baptiste or Blankenship. I ended up tagging, I believe, on Hunt. Could be her second.
So another chance for the Knights. Rigo, good pass back to Hintz. Open Galgano. In and out again. Battle for the tie up here, and it goes the way of the Knights.
And the longest possession, I was going to say of this game, maybe of the year, continues for Geneseo. Great job by Cam Tooley. Out of position for the rebound, but makes up for it by getting the jump ball and flipping that possession arrow.
And the inbound to Galgano again. McRae lets her fly off the back iron. And that's another chance for Geneseo as Maneri tips it.
And it's going to stay here. Maneri can't believe it, and frankly, neither can I. She grabbed at the hips as the ball was in the air. You could tell how it threw her off on the rebound. She had perfect positioning. Officials didn't agree, and again, the longest possession of the season continues for Geneseo.
Eliza Whitehead checks in for Geneseo. Rigo gets around Hunt. Can she lay it up? Yes, she can.
Talking about making the most of your minutes. Geneseo might have taken a full minute and a half off the clock to get those 2 points.
Look at Maneri, a loose ball. If it's held,
it's going to be Brockport ball.
Jean-Baptiste back in. Anna Lee comes out. Scoreless drought of 144 for Brockport once again.
Probably only taking 1 or 2 shots over that minute 44.
Right now, they are 3 for 7 in the third. Hunt to Jean-Baptiste from inside. Off the back iron again. Rebound Tooley. Semi-fresh shot clock. Back to Blankenship. Quiet first half. Tooley also was quiet with 3. Did she lay it up? No. Physics not her friend. Should stay with Brockport.
Starting to see a little bit of desperation in the rebounding department for both teams. Brockport able to get an extra possession there off the Tooley rebound. Tooley unable to get the wide open layup to go. But again, fighting on the glass, and Brockport's going to get another chance at it.
Jean-Baptiste to inbound. Tooley nearly had that one stolen.
Nice catch at the baseline.
Oh, nice fake and a rejection. That's the second time she's been blocked today. Was that Snow with the 6-foot height?
Believe it was Saddam down low.
Steal from Blankenship. 2-on-0. Maneri with SJB. Maneri puts it up. She lays it in. 15 for the Rookie of the Year on the day so far. She's 2 off her career high that she had earlier down in Daytona against William Smith.
Yeah, we haven't seen Maneri in double figures in her last 3 games. Her scoring has been much needed for Brockport today.
Keeping them in it. 3 minutes to play in the third. Pick and roll by Saddam. Whitehead. Saddam from the paint. Travel call? Yes, it was. Pair of subs as Philo and Brink come in. Every time Brockport has had a chance to tie this game so far, they've been trying it from downtown, but it just falls short.
Absolutely, Marty. It feels like neither team, once they've gotten the lead, have been able to really expand on it. We'll see if Brockport can tie things up here.
Tooley. Screen from Jean-Baptiste. Gives it to her. Good pass back out. Hunt for the tie. You bet.
Back to square one here in the vlog. 3-point shooter for Brockport starting to heat up a little bit.
It's the first tie since it was 0-0. Nice floater for Regal, meanwhile, who breaks it.
Regal with a silencer, taking the contact, little floater right down the middle. Beautiful play.
Hunt back to Brink for the lead. In and out there. Close call. Hunt with a rebound. SJB. Thule gets it back out to Philo.
Thinking about the step back.
Brink for the tie and blocked by Saddam, but 2 shots.
Don't think that's going to go on Saddam. She did come in with the rejection. I believe it's going to go on Whitehead.
First one on the day, last to give in the quarter for Geneseo. As we see Hintz back in. So it's Mandy Brink at the line to shoot 2.
Saddam coming out of the game for Geneseo. Expect Brockport to try to work the ball down low a little more.
Brink could hit double figures here. She's had it in 5 of her last 6 games. Another sub in as Galgano checks back in for Whitehead. The first one goes for Brink. And again, we brought it up in the first half. She has really improved her game, elevated to just a completely new level.
Absolutely, Marty. As she goes 2 for 2 at the line, her splits on the season have not told the whole story by any means. Because when it has really mattered these last 10 games or so, especially when the stakes are the highest in the playoffs, Brink has risen to the occasion.
Regal brings it up for the Knights. Tries to go coast to coast and pumps the brakes. Kick out, open 3. Elliott, nope, fakes it. Struggling inside. Snow. Back to Elliott.
Some good rotations from this Brockport defense.
Snow again. Kick out by Hintz. Regal a 3. Off the front iron. Loose ball foul on Hintz. 2 shots to the line. Chance for the lead here for Brockport.
And again, just a great box out down low from Hunt on the bigger Audrey Hintz. She had no choice but to either allow Hunt to get the rebound there or contest it, but she went over the back, and 2 big free throws here for Brockport.
So it's Hunt at the line for 2. And the first one goes. That's the first lead for Brockport since it was 3-2 with 8:54, and that was, I believe, the Maneri 3. That when it was the lead. Big free throws from Hunt as she sinks them both. I know it's her birthday today, but also want to give a happy birthday due to assistant coach for Geneseo, Sean Monahan. Asked him what the best birthday gift is that he's ever had. Loose ball, tie up here, and it goes Brockport's way. I asked Coach Monahan what it was, and it was a pool table.
I just wanted to mention this real quick. Going to be Brockport ball, so no harm, no foul, even though it will flip the arrow going into the 4th. Jump ball call where there was not a Geneseo player with possession of the ball. I thought that was interesting, but no harm, no foul, Brockport ball. But again, without the arrow flipping again, now that gives Geneseo ball to start the 4th quarter.
Here's Thule, kick out. Harmony Philo a 3, off the front iron. Rebound, Jean-Baptiste. Gets it to Philo once again. Takes her to the paint, the fake, the layup, too strong.
And here's Thule again on the glass.
She's had those in the past, especially against Geneseo. Kazakwitz, that's JB. Off the back iron once again. She's been quiet from downtown. We had a loose ball foul. That puts Jean-Baptiste 0 for 5 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, joining Shannon Blankenship at 0 for 5 from beyond the arc. But again, both of these players are 4th quarter players. We know that. Geneseo knows it specifically with SJB in the regular season finale, and Blankenship, of course, in that comeback against at Geneseo, rather.
McGrain with the inbound to Mackenzie Regal. And it's been a wild one here at the vlog. Regal to Elliott. Back to Regal again. Gets around 1. Good pass. Hits. Trying to put it up. And a foul. 2 shots. That one's on Philo. It's Hintz to the line.
I want to see who they tagged this on.
This is on Philo.
It is going to go on Philo, which I thought was interesting. Contact marginal at best, in my opinion, from up top. But that's why they don't give me the stripes, Marty.
So it's Hintz at the line for 2 shots. And out goes out. Wow, 2 hits on the iron.
Call that one a double doink.
Chris Collinsworth would be sort of proud. I don't know. One more for Hintz. Sophomore star who went to Our Lady of Mercy. Can't hit Eddie. A loose ball. Annalee with the board. Takes off the time. This is at about a 7-second, 8-second difference between shot and game.
Rare 0 for 2 for Hintz. Came into the game shooting 74% from deep. Or from the free throw line, rather.
Kozakowicz back to Annalee. Stepped up in a big way in the semifinal game. Lobs it up for Kaylee Hunt. She's blocked from behind. No call on that. Loose ball. Is there a tie-up? It is. It's Geneseo's way at 13.7.
But a big tie-up here, almost guaranteeing that Brockport will get the ball going into the fourth quarter. And part of me is curious of the difference between the two plays. Looked like some body contact before the block on the other end. Officiating crew decides to let it go. On the other end, ended up being 2 free throws for Geneseo.
So the shot clock is off at 13.7 ticks in the third stanza. Geneseo trying to end a 9-2 run that's lasted 3 minutes and 30 seconds. They've made 1 of their last 5 field goals here. So it's Regal that brings it up. 10 seconds. Leaving open Snow. Off the iron there. That goes off the shot clock. Brockport gets 4 seconds to work here.
Absolutely. Kind of curious that they didn't take the shot clock, or rather the game clock, all the way down. Although I get it. Kylie Snow with a good look from 3. Just couldn't get it to go, and that would have been a massive one to give Geneseo the lead, presumably going into the final frame.
Maneri checks in for Kozakowicz. 4 seconds to work here. Brink wasting no time. Takes her, lets it fly, can't hit. We've played 3. Brockport with a 2-point lead with 10 minutes to go.
And tell you what a bounce back third quarter. You can anticipate some different looks from Brockport. I felt like the offense moved a lot more seamlessly, and it's a lot easier to create offense when you're grabbing rebounds and getting going in transition.
And a lot of it was the downtown shots. Each team made 5 field goals. Geneseo, though, 0 for 7 from bonus distance. Brockport, 3 of 10. 10 minutes to go. Keep all arms and legs inside the vehicle. It's going to be a wild ride for the next 10 minutes. Who's going to take an Umpire 8 championship? Stay with us on the E8 Network. E8 semifinals time. Brockport and Naz. Head coach Corinne Jones joined us to talk with us once again. Coach, you made it through the quarters. How's it feel to keep playing more basketball?
Yeah, it feels great. I thought our team played really well, all of them, on Saturday afternoon. And, you never know when you play a team twice already, like, what'll happen. But I thought that was the best we played Elmira all season.
Yeah, what a dominant performance. Take me through what worked out well as a whole from your perspective.
Well, I told them the day before when we did our scouting report, like, we got a goose egg from 3, and we still won by double digits. So we started hitting the 3 really well. So I was like, well, 3's more than 2. And, all of a sudden we have 50-plus points at half, and we were feeling good about our scoring, and I thought we were able to limit them and keep them around where we wanted to, and but I didn't know how well we'd score the ball, and we did that really well.
I have a fun fact for you. I went deep into the record books.
Yeah.
This game tied the most scoring offense, the most points by Brockport since 1977.
Wow.
101 points.
They hadn't scored that since 77.
Nope.
Wow.
That's the most anyone's ever put up.
Yeah, some of the guys doing radio asked in my tenure, had we scored that? I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know. Because we had 99 before. I think it was against William Smith down in Florida when we were about our Plattsburgh loss. So, but yeah, kudos to our players. Our bench is scoring it well too, and we're hard to stop.
Last year, you had finally played a conference tournament game on your own court. A question in general, did that motivate not just you, but your returning players in wanting to go further, making the transition to E8?
Yeah, I thought we learned a lot from that loss last year. And, the cliche thing, if you don't learn, like, what is it? So certainly it was in my head, and I know my returners as well, and I think we had something to do, to get done. And I told them, I said, I'm going to put the elephant out there. Like, that still haunts me a little bit. And I said, but here's the thing, like, we're home. We need to pressure the ball. Like, we can't let people get hot in our gym. Like, I thought we let one of the Oswego players get hot. I'm like, we can't do that. It's our court. Like, we earn this. And let's pressure them.
Sticking back to Saturday, this really was a team when
everyone ate in some way. Like, numbers show, like, who put up the most. Like, yes, JB with 25, Hunt and Brink, like, 15, and so on. But it's like,
Right.
everyone stood out in their own way, even those that are normally on the bench.
Right. Yeah, like I thought Maddie Hoke came in and did some good things, like cut well and offensive rebound, like the things she does in practice. And we don't see her out there a ton. I thought, Mallory Turner and Madison Mizer did some good things too. And, to be able to get everyone in the game and have our starters and our, top bench players handle their business is really nice, especially in a playoff atmosphere that everyone can touch the court.
How'd you think of your defense as a whole? 16 steals, forced 23 turnovers. How would you describe the performance on the other end?
Again, that's what I told them. Like, that's what we do anyways. We pressure, and we have to do that. I mean, that's our mentality. That's our style. It's never a game goal because it's just what we do. So I think if we can still, do what we do every game, that'd be helpful.
How has the quick turnaround been getting ready for Nazareth?
I mean, you got to rest. Like, yesterday's off, and, today we'll get back at it. You can go a little longer today, I think 2 days before a game, and tomorrow we'll taper down and do the scout. But, we're trying to keep things as routine as possible and not do anything too fancy, and keep our team locked into the process because that's what's got us here.
Flashback to the 7th, the 85-72 win on Naz. This was, you barely lost them 2 years ago in 8 OT. Then they beat you guys by 19. What really turned around? As it was, having experience figuring out the scouting report, knowing you've played them in the past?
I mean, I thought we scored the ball really well against them at our place. So, I think we had like 7 threes or something in the first half. So again, I think we shot it well, and you can't always bank on that, but we did. I mean, we shot it well, and then, they pushed out on us in the second half, and then we got in the paint, and we scored a ton of twos in the second half. So I just think if our weapons are working and we can hit from 3 and inside, I mean, it's really hard to stop us. So I do think we scored well, like I said, and their size is what we need to worry about. But I always say, threes are more than 2, so we got to take care of a couple of their shooters and make sure they don't have success in our gym and pack the paint.
Last weekend, Cam Tooley had 5 points. When Team 49 played Naz this year, she put up 18 and ate up the stat sheet.
Yeah.
How does she try to step up here in the semifinal game?
I think Cam is a special player in that Cam does what Cam needs to do for Team 49. So it was funny because I don't think she scored much on Saturday either versus Elmira. But Cam knew she didn't need to do that, so she didn't. So, I'm not in her head by any means, but I think when we need her to do it, she'll do it. So.
When you guys did play Naz as well, this is where we started to see Leah Thompson get more minutes here. We didn't talk about her last weekend, but what does she bring for this team when you guys play Naz?
Yeah, so when I remember back, I remember her coming in, giving pivotal minutes and getting people in foul trouble. I mean, she hasn't been afraid all year to attack someone from the high post and go up strong to get to the free throw line. So that's not new to her, but she did that for us. And, I think McDowell and Benetti each finished with 3 fouls. So we got them in foul trouble, and it was a big credit to her.
For Naz, Molly Bennett, Serena McDowell were really the big threats in keeping that game close. How do you try and cover them as a whole?
I mean, we do have a strategy. I mean, we do need to get more people in the paint, more active people in the paint. I mean, Stephanie and Peyton are super active. I almost have to tweak where they're being active this game. And it's something we tried to do versus Geneseo against Sudom and then Audrey Hintz. So I think we need to practice it more, and that's what we have 2 days to do.
I want to ask you as well. I asked Joe this on Saturday and asked him how exciting it is to see the women give momentum to the men. How exciting is it to watch the men as well have the top seed at the same time and give momentum to you guys too?
Yeah, I mean, they've been good for so long. They struggled at the start, but we all knew in the basketball world it was because they were playing, top Ohio teams. But they've had a tradition of winning, and quite frankly, we've been trying to get like them. And I think, honestly, we play a little similar. We have a fast tempo game and up style game, and I think we're both really fun to watch. So a credit to them for their tradition of winning. And, when I took over 10 years ago, and I just knew that it was a great place to be for basketball, and in part from what, Greg Dunn and Joe Clark and Seth Johnson have done and all their alums. So it is cool to finally get like them and to be feeding off each other right now.
I know you try to connect with your alumni as well, but I'm curious too, with this being the best you've been in Brockport women's basketball, have you heard from past coaches like Nicole and Michelle, who were the last two women's coaches to win conference championships?
No, I have not heard from any coaches, but a lot of alum I've coached myself, and alum that we've just connected with over the years, and that I didn't coach. But some of those, we call them the 80s ladies. They're pretty locked in via social media and on email. So it's nice to have support for sure.
Final question, what do you expect from your team in the first 5-10 minutes?
They're ready. Pressure, fun, smiles, up-tempo play, lots of people off the bench, their little free throw chant they do, togetherness.
I like that. I saw that for the first time against Effort. Like, that's unique.
Yeah, they came up with that in-game one game, and,
Nice.
I didn't see it really until I watched film. I'm like, wow, like, what is that? I give Coach Diamond Hunter the credit for that.
It matches perfectly, too.
Yeah,
So,
it's cool.
best of luck
Thank you.
this week. It's going to be a fun one.
Appreciate it.